Hello there. Welcome to Friday. I hope you're doing great. This is September 3rd. All right, let's see what's going on for you. Today at noon, I'll be doing a live. Not sure what the topic is. Do you have a topic, a question you would like me to focus on? Drop a comment. Love to see that. I do my Friday lives every week at noon Eastern time. All right, let's see where we go. If you're looking for the individual zodiac reading that I did, that is part of the membership, so you can catch that as part of Pathfinders or Seekers or whatever membership you have. All right, let's see. Okay. Whatever zodiac signs do show up in this reading, I will go deeper into the reading and into those zodiac signs in the extended. Okay. Overcoming obstacles. Right, Charlie? Answering the call. The time is now. Miracles. So some of you have really done some good work here. Okay. I feel like I definitely have probably talked to a few of you. During our Thursday live, we talk about everything. And boy, did I hear a lot of good stuff yesterday about how people are doing their work and moving forward and opening to spiritual path. And you guys are really doing a good job. The cool thing is I feel like you're going to be rewarded very soon. The miracle thing is massive. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Let's see where we go today. What message needs to come out, please? One more. Okay. What message needs to come out? All right. This has been showing up a lot, I've noticed. This Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is, depending on your point of view, either slow and plodding or very methodical. Okay? This is Virgo energy. We are in Virgo energy right now. Virgo is a lot about your day-to-day routine, health and wellness. I talked about that a little bit in the new moon in Virgo reading I did on Wednesday. So you might want to catch that. That was kind of an interesting read. This is definitely about balancing your life. Okay? I feel like you might have done a lot of hard work, and now things might go very smoothly, very swimmingly. Look at that. Empress, 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups, Page of Wands, 4 of Swords, 8 of Cups, Sun, Page of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. So these obstacles that we're talking about, this could be sort of like, I'm not really sure where I am. I'm not sure what to do next. I have a lot of regret about the past. All of these things, so when you start to move forward, sometimes things can show up. It's like the energetic movement or the energy of moving out of a situation can cause another person or a flare-up of that same obstacle that you're learning to overcome. It can get a little worse before it gets better, okay? And I feel like you probably know that. I do feel like you're being inspired and you're doing a lot of really good healing work. This is definitely spiritual path stuff. And so if you're, don't get discouraged, I guess is my initial message here is you are showing up as the Empress. Okay, so Empress is Taurus and Libra. It's about being grounded and about balancing. So like when stuff shows up, challenges, regrets, some of you could have been dealing with a Taurus, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Sag, or Pisces. Some of you may be those signs, so we'll definitely dive deeper into those signs in the extended. But I feel like just as you're getting ready to move on from something, like the person comes running back, or the addiction resurfaces, right? Or something. And you're like, what? I thought I moved on from that. I thought I learned that lesson. I'm here to tell you that you did. Okay. It's okay. You did learn that lesson. And for some of you, you may look at this like, oh, the universe is testing me. But I kind of feel like it's sort of like when you're training your doggy. Okay. I definitely have been working on that with Charlie. Sometimes they'll get a little worse before they get a little better. Like especially if you ignore them and things like that, like you're not validating this jumping up thing or any of that stuff. They may get worse and you may be like, whoa, right? Because they're testing you. Okay. So I do feel like there might be a little bit of a test here. 5 of Cups. Please clarify the 5 of Cups. You might feel like, even though you're progressing and doing good stuff and like you've made some choices, something may come along to make you feel like, ooh, did I make the right choice? Okay. 10 of Wands, Justice, and I love this, the Strength card. So this is kind of like validation. If last night's For Whoever reading was about closure, this is about validation. Okay. You did the right thing. I feel like some of you could feel out of balance, feel overwhelmed, have, somebody come back around. This is normal. Clarify the 7 of Cups for me. This is normal. All right. Yep. Devil energy, 9 of Swords, 4. Okay. So some of you made a choice to move away from a person. I think this might be connected to this. It doesn't always work like this, but I think this might be connected to that For Whoever reading I did last night about closure. And I feel like you may have stepped away from somebody. Now, even if something is toxic and you start to move away from it, you can get scared and run back to it. Okay. You can feel like, oh, I'm going to be sorry for this, or maybe this person's not that toxic. I'm just going to, keep running back to them. I think it happens to a lot of people. Okay. So like, first of all, like forgive yourself. But second of all, it's part of the deal. It's part of the deal that when you move on from something that has become ingrained or a pattern, right? Or some kind of toxic relationship, some kind of toxic thing in your life, you likely will have a little bit of a relapse. Could be. Okay, could be something like that. But I'm seeing here that you really are moving on from this, and especially this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, really moving on. Not just like, maybe I'll just not date him, all the time. No. This Knight of Pentacles says to me that you put in a lot of time and effort. Yeah. And you will overcome this situation. You will win, especially if this is a person. I see this as a person that keeps coming back into your life. That, they just keep showing up like a bad penny, as my mother used to say. When you're truly healed, when you're on the next, frequency, you've moved out of a situation and you're no longer at the same frequency. You're no longer at that same level. The person can come back around, and I feel like it's not so much that you feel comfortable with it or you're like, oh, good, this was something I was missing in my life. I feel like you see it and you know that this is something that you have worked on healing. And it's more like you recognize it. Like you're like, yeah, I recognize that this pattern had me on my ass for a lot of years. Yeah. And, sometimes I feel like patterns come back around just so that it's like, I'm still here, right? I'm still here. This person is going to do that. I'm still here. And, this, I like this a lot. Okay. This is not only a timing card, 4 swords, meaning within 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 weeks, for this person or this pattern to resurface for you. But this is the strategy. Do nothing. Don't flinch. Don't blink. Don't budge. Don't answer. nothing. I had a friend a long time ago who said, if you answer, then you're giving them something. So by doing nothing, they don't even know if you got the message. They're not sure, maybe, who dat, new phone, right? Like, they're going to fill in the blank, and you can't control that. Okay? You can't control it. So you don't need to tell them what to think about you not responding, because that's responding. So you don't need to tell them what to think about it. Let them think whatever they want. Because what you will have done in that moment of doing nothing is you will have gained power. And I know that whatever's going on here is about power, because that's what I'm getting here. And I feel like the celebration, the joy you're going to feel at turning your back and walking away is going to be worth it. Silence is, doing nothing is also a choice. And the cool thing about doing nothing, especially if this is a very toxic relationship or a toxic situation, is you're not adding any oxygen to it. You're not giving them anything. The hard part is that you want to control what they think about it. That's where you get into trouble. So you're going to have to work with yourself on the idea of, they can think whatever they want. I don't care. That's where the work is. Not picking up that phone and then not giving a shit about what they think about it. Okay? 2-step process. Now, I like this a lot. I like that there's movement forward here. I feel like, why is this, what is this, or why is this? Why is this happening right now? Star. Big time healing. 9 of Cups. Oh, wow. You have asked, okay, so you have asked for love, but yet you keep answering the door of that person that's not love. So the universe is like, I don't really understand it. So when that person comes knocking and you know that's not love, you don't answer the door. You don't answer the phone, and you don't try to control what they think about it. Okay? Because what you're doing by that is you're saying to the universe, yes, I'm manifesting what I do want. I'm manifesting love, and this ain't it. Okay? And you know what? That's a tremendously healing position to be in. What's coming in could be commitment. Okay? You could also be turning away from something you have traditionally done. This is your pattern. This is what this person knows. All of us who were raised as polite girls, young ladies, and gentlemen, you're going to have to get out your badass card, because this is not about, you're like, well, it's not polite not to answer. It's rude. It's, all of these things. Stop. Take your power back right now. There's nothing you need to hear from this person. Nothing. And let the healing really begin, because that's when the rubber's hitting the road. When you can resist this old pattern, when you can release the old pattern. And the opposite of love is not hate, it is indifference. So the key to this is really indifference. I feel like you're headed in a terrific direction. The cards of healing are coming up here. This person might have really had a hold on you. This is like an addiction. This person is, it could be somebody who is really good at manipulation, somebody who was, this could be a toxic relationship. This could be a narcissistic relationship. And you always want to, I feel like this, when with my own experience with a very toxic person, I knew I had a phone and it was on his account, because it was going to save money, but it's also under his control, right? So I knew when I left that relationship that one day that was going to get unplugged. And so right away, I went and I got myself, I knew it was my number, all this kind of stuff. I didn't want to deal with this person again. I went and got a new phone. I went and got a new thing. And sure enough, about 3 weeks later, when the bill came due, he was like, hey, that's right. That's my phone. Or why do you still have that phone? Or whatever it was, whatever he said. He's like, do you want the number and everything? And I was like, no, that's fine. And so during the conversation, here's the tip. If you hit disconnect this phone, it's like right then. So the best part about that, because he was calling me on that phone, I called him back on my new phone. He thought I wasn't able to get a phone or something. I'm like, without you, like really, like thinking that he was in charge of everything in my life. So I called him back on my new phone and I'm like, well, this is my new number. If any mail comes from me, just let me know. And it was awesome because he was like, what's this number? I'm like, this is my new cell phone. So you will have your chance. You will have your chance. And right now, what this is saying to me is that might not even be a good idea, right? Because I wanted him to know that I had that phone, that I had that new phone. But again, I was working under the assumption of I wanted to control what he thought about it. I did. I wanted to control what he thought about it. And it's not necessary. Looking back at it now, I'm like, not really necessary. I don't need to give him my new number. Why does he want why should I give him my new number? Okay. So let's see where you're going. Okay. That was the theme of last night's reading too, the For Whoever. Let's just see where you're going. I definitely see Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Sag, Pisces. Again, Leo. And again, we got a lot of Libra and Leo here. Okay. A lot of Libra and Leo. So I will look at all those zodiac signs. If that's your zodiac sign, this could be a little bit of extra guidance for you. If you're dealing with the person of this sign, same deal. Okay. All right. So let's see where this goes. I know that you're going somewhere else in a more healed fashion. Let's see where we go. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. If you're part of our Pathfinder group, the rest of the reading starts right now.